Hey everyone, and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2. Today with my best build yet. I know it is a bold claim at the very beginning, but stick with me. This is going to be a 1, 2, or 3 episode series. I think it's gonna be 3 episodes. But today's first episode is setting the theme for the 10-year anniversary of Jurassic Park. If Jurassic Park would have actually worked. So yeah, it's kind of expanding the chaos theory from this game, but yet in Sandbox, and also using some mods. Just to let you know, again, as a disclaimer at the very beginning, mods are not supported by Frontier. They are not supported by anyone there. So if your game breaks, that is totally up to you. Using them is at your own risk, and no one can help you other than the mod creators, or you can help yourself. So beware of that if you want to use mods. But as always, this is just for your information and making sure that Frontier has nothing to do with it. They don't create them and they don't actively support them. So just to let you guys know in case you have an issue with this. However, I must state that I needed to wait for some mods to be used in here because otherwise I couldn't have done what I have done today. Precisely, I'm using the Speebuild, the expanded Sandbox, and the expanded terrain tool mods. Actually, these 3 only, and I won't use kind of some more. Maybe one, but we got to talk about that one in the next one. The idea about this park, I have already claimed at the beginning, is going to be the original Jurassic Park from 1993, if it would have actually worked out well, and this is then the 10-year anniversary state of the park. So I have done some pretty insane relocations of stuff, but I started still with that iconic arrival point to the waterfall. Just a little side note here, I have actually been there where this has all been filmed. I have been on Kauai just a couple of years ago. That was our honeymoon, and we've made a helicopter ride over Kauai. And during that helicopter ride, they showed us several locations from the movie. Some of which you can actually go by car, which we did, including this iconic scene where Mr. Grant is taking down his sunglasses, seeing the Brachiosaurus at the first glance. We've been actually exactly at that spot. It's so cool. You can actually drive there. It's like a legit road. I've also some photos from it, but I can't find them. I'd love to include them, but I can't find them. However, this is just like insanity. If you're there, it's just like goosebumps everywhere. And yeah, I thought this was even better because I know the actual location, which, to be fair, is obviously not how the actual park looks. But just knowing that, I could build a little bit better with the environment since I have some ideas how the map is created and stuff, you know. And I used the map from the novel to get some inspiration. So originally, from the arrival port, you would actually go a couple of miles to the north before you then turn left again outside of the park. And this is where technically the arrival point, or like the visitor center, would be. Now, I imagine that 10 years after the grand opening, this park would have made some money, and, you know, interests have grown, and the park itself has grown, and things would have had, you know, experienced a relocation because you wanted to do some more things central. One thing I gotta say though, the concept of Jurassic Park is in that case pretty different from Jurassic World. You won't have like a dedicated main street or anything, simply because the park was built around the tour. So it is all a bit more spread out, it's a bit more spacious, it's just a little bit more, in general, it feels a bit more open and tour style. And this is something I want to incorporate. So we will have a bit more pathing, and there will be a couple of paths connecting some areas, but we will utilize several tours actually in the game. So there will be one gigantic tour that goes around the original Jurassic Park area of the park, which is going to be here with the OG TRex habitat. This is one of the things that will stay the way it is, and we will also try to incorporate some things from the original Jurassic Park that can be done. Also, the very iconic Brachiosaurus scene is exactly the same as it was at the beginning. I didn't change anything there, just added some foliage, some rocks. This is, by the way, over here to the left hand side. You can see this valley utilizing the best way possible so that we I will talk about that in the next episode once we are done with this area. I actually utilize this very spot here to make sure that you can actually look a very nice way to the left-hand side without looking at buildings, because the more modern part of this park, which obviously developed over time, will be done in this little valley that this map, the 1993 map offers. It's pretty good because this map offers this very high difference in elevation, and so you can hide this modern part. And I think this is a good idea because then you have a visual separation between the old and modern style, which I'm a big fan of. And yeah, I also feel like I need to talk a bit more about the fact why I use mods. And I forgot about talking about mods in my modding video, actually, which is weird. But yeah, I did, because I got carried away by all the possibilities. Now, really quickly, I tried to build this park from the very first day I had this, like even in early access. But I just figured with the normal, original vanilla game tools, I wasn't really happy with anything I created there. It just all felt too obvious. I think too obvious is a good phrasing here. It didn't look bad, but I think it was the feeling that everyone would do that was just overwhelmingly disappointing for me. And so I just felt like, no, you have to put that aside until maybe a DLC or maybe whatever. And, you know, I decided then, you know what, I need to do it that way because there was just no other way of not doing it without mods, because they just give me exactly what I needed, a bit more freedom in placing down things. And especially the fact that I'm using only these 3 mods I said before is not really changing anything dramatically of the game. So there is no added scenery from mods or whatever. It is just the base game with, well, getting rid of some restrictions. That is all it is. And I think this is fair enough. And this is as close to vanilla as you can get. And I wish if Frontier could just bring these things in. I mean, it's not much, you know, it's basically getting rid of some restraints. And, you know, this alone would be enough to make me happy, to be honest. It would make me insanely happy. I really hope they do. But yeah, so this is it. And now I think this is exactly the perfect segue into my stance on modding. First of all, I love modding because modding is something that keeps communities and games alive for a long, long time. But, and this is actually a severe but, especially at the beginning of a game's period, I really would love to use as less and as little mods as I can. Simply because I think comparability in a game, especially where you build a lot, is extremely important to get an expectation management for people. Now, what I love about vanilla games is that everyone knows the exact toolbox, and that gives everyone a comparability of what has been achieved, so people can respect the amount of work that goes into certain builds. And I think this is really important, especially for the creative stuff that we do. When you see some screenshots on Reddit or whatever, you know exactly how much work it was for the people that created that. And I think this is very important for a community in general. The more external mods get into it, and the more, let's say, the bigger the factor of the unknown becomes, the more complicated it is to actually witness what, or like, you know, kind of, yeah, understand how much work went into it, or how much is just like a big asset put into it. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. It can make some insane stuff, for example, just like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 showed at that time. But at some point they lost me, because the only thing that existed still was that this seemingly ran in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, but at the end there was nothing from the original game left, and every build was like 100% modded, and you could have easily done that in Blender and it would have looked even better. So I think mods should really support the vanilla feeling of a game as much as possible. Then I love them as much as they do for the vanilla feel of the game. So as we said, taking away some restraints and stuff, but you still work with somewhat of the same toolbox, and this is what I love about modding the most. So yeah, this is my opinion on modding just in general. But again, I really think it's an important part of a community in general. And the longer the lifespan of a game is, the more mods obviously can be used, because at some point official supports end, and you know, this is where the community can go nuts, in my opinion. Anyways, we are nearly done with the time lapse, so I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse so far. We will have a little mini tour in the real-time part, and the next episode, which hopefully is going to drop rather soon already, so keep your eyes on the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, that helps always out. We'll be there rather soon. But now, enjoy the little tour, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Alright, here we are in the real-time part of, yeah, potentially one of my favorite real-time parts ever, because it really, like, with the modding and stuff, this all comes to life. Let's quickly have a mini tour here, so to say. It is only beginning, as talked about a lot in the voiceover. This is going to be a maybe 2 or 3 episode series of this park, and you can actually tell this is pretty nice. You can have this, yeah, I wish it was a little better, but we don't have outside tools yet, so this has to be deleted, obviously. So this is the reminiscent, arrival tour area at the beginning. And then, actually, why is the path not connected? What? Oh, this is because of, okay, this is not this is that thing over here. Like, there you go, now it's connected. Yeah, so we start basically here, and then you have this street that goes all the way through here to that little thing, and then it goes into the arrival area, which is basically, oh my god, look at this. Just freaking look at that. This is just, okay, let's go into the capture mode and turn the GUI off, or the, well, not the GUI, but this looks beautiful. Oh my god, I'm just in awe with this build so far. I think the idea, the story, everything, that makes a lot of sense. And here's the tour just passing by. This is almost like a little parking spot, and then it goes all the way in the back. There's like a little rotation so that the tour is actually being brought back. I want to make this somehow functioning. I would have loved to have that thing go around this circle, but I haven't then figured out how exactly to do that. Now I know how it works. I will try to do that again so that the circle is actually being held here and then go all the way back rather than in this little edge there. But yeah, I think I like this little thing in here. Some fountains would be cool, but I think overall this looks pretty good. And I just look at the Kauai landscape. I'm just like, this is just, I remember so well being there, standing there, seeing that, and even though it's real life, and oh, there's like a little bit of a edge I have to smooth out. Wait a second. I have to do this. This not looks good. There's so much you don't see all the time, and then you just have to clear that off, just making it all be a lot more smooth and stuff. That always helps to sell the idea even better. So there you go. I think that's fine now. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, and this is how the layout looks so far. So we have the complete new area here. That is the central welcome area, the new visitor center, so to say. And if we talk about the map real quick, now this is not like 100% accurate, but let me just quickly go into the capture mode and fly away a little bit so we can talk about that. Actually, shall we just quickly make it daytime? This is not good. Let's make it day, apply, there you go. It's still shade wise not perfectly fine, but it's definitely better. Oh, can we actually, okay, if I go back now to day and night cycle, 10 minutes please, apply, okay. How about now? Let's just speed up the process so everything is just kind of in bright light, because it just annoys me all the time if we have like this, all the weird sunlight coming from different angles and stuff. So let me just pause that right here. That should be fine. Go into the capture mode and zoom all the way out. Now, if we zoom out, I have no idea how far we can get. Okay, this is just how far we can get. Now, this is the wonderful island, Jurassic Park 1993. And if we were to have it like how the actual map is from the novel and everything like that, this is the arrival point, and then there's a road leading all the way up here, and then somewhere here to the left the old arrival point, like the original, is here somewhere there. Can we just fly there? Is there maybe like an Easter egg? I think we won't get there, right? Can we just zoom there? I think we can't, but no, this is like, there is a barrier. I can't go further. This is what the barrier is. But yeah, so somewhere over there, this would be where the original arrival point would be. And then you have the park in this entire valley here. This is where the park is. I think this is also meant to be looking like that, but whatever. So this is where the whole park is. And yeah, my idea was, okay, we're going to change this because the iconic arrival point would stay. We will have, though, another landing spot as well, because, the park grew over 10 years and this is the result then, obviously. But yeah, so we had to get a bit more creative. So this is the brand new arrival area with a little lagoon in the middle, and then this is how it unfolds. There's this hotel area in the middle, double secured by this ditch, and there will be also like a fence around there. We've got this amphitheater which has been built because the ideas surely existed, but it has been built here instead of San Diego because this park survived. That's the idea why it is. It was turned into a lagoon then, and we have the Giganotosaurus in there at the end because that's the OG one that would have been here. And yeah, connected with the aviaries. I will do something with aviaries here as well, but yeah. so this is going to be the original JP world, so to say. This is going to be all the JP world. We have the T-Rex enclosure here in the back. I think this one also turned out pretty good. I'm just quite sure that this is kind of cool. We also have this little tunnel here, so you can fly through. This is where you will then drive through. I couldn't get rid of these things. I'm gonna put like a fake gate in there, so it looks like as if we were going through a gate. There's no other chance to do so. Look at the ranger. I don't know why the ranger's actually here, but whatever. So yeah, this is it. This is how the layout looks right now. And I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so you can see that. I mean, actually, it looks pretty good. I think it really sells the idea that I had in mind pretty well. And the landscape of this map is brilliant anyway, so this should be no surprise to anyone. And yeah, look at that. This is going to be the original Jurassic Park 1993 version. It's well, actually, it's in my case 2003, but you know, you heard the story in the voiceover. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I certainly did enjoy it a lot. So, oh, look at that. There are the original cars coming over here. Look at that. They look so tiny. They're so tiny, tiny, tiny. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below what you would love to see in this build, because there's so much we can do. And so you guys need to let me know. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. As always, please keep commenting. This helps the video, the algorithm, and whatever, you know, blah, blah, blah. And also give me some inspiration for what I can do. Also, what I said, we will have some more modern world down there in this little valley. So this is going to be interesting as well. Thank you so much for supporting this entire project, and also I hope you guys are going good. Have a good upcoming week, and I talk to you in the next one. Stay safe, thank you, and goodbye.